Now, when I say that 6'2" player that's, anything under 4'5" is freakish, this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. His speed right here is definitely deceptive. I think players look at him and think that he's not fast, but then when he gets out there in the open field, he burns them down. What's good, Hokie fans? I wanted to come on today and make my first Hokies video in well over 10 years. Just a little backstory. My name is Hughes, and I've been making videos here on YouTube for years. Now, up to this point, I've only used this particular channel for uploading highlights and, the Inner Sandman intros, but that changes today. Now, I'll tell you guys just like this. I'm not the biggest X's and O's kind of guy, but folks, I like to watch film and talk about what I see, and I've been a fan of the Virginia Tech Hokies for 35 plus years now, and I really have missed talking about the team. So from this point on, I'm going to use this channel as a place to talk Hokie football. Having access to the All-22 film should make this good for everyone. Now, let me go ahead and get this out the way. Sometimes I might come on and be straight to the point and, do short videos. And then sometimes I might do deep dives into a particular player's film. Today, I'll be doing a deep dive into incoming transfer wide receiver Ali Jennings III. Now, Jennings is 6'2". He weighs in at like 198, 200 pounds. And he runs the 40 in like 4.46, which anything under 4.5 at that height is freak territory. And Jennings actually went to high school at my crosstown rival, Highland Springs in Richmond, Virginia. Now, he graduated in 2019 and originally committed to West Virginia and then entered the transfer portal in 2020. In the end, he transferred over to Old Dominion, and in the 2 years there, he caught 116 passes for 2,025 yards and 14 touchdowns in just 22 games at ODU. Now, after last season, he of course entered the transfer portal again and committed to Virginia Tech. Now, in this first play, he really shows his ability to come across the middle, make the catch, and make people miss. And you love to see him getting those yards after the catch. Those yak yards mean so much in big games, If you watch it back from this angle, you get a better sense of, his ability to make people miss and the way he looks in open field. Excellent placement on this pass right here, and he's just able to turn around and make that catch at the right, at the perfect time. That's a fairly difficult catch. If you watch it from this direction, you're really able to appreciate how he's able to go over that defender and make that catch. Just watch that. Right over top of the defender. Really, honestly, that the number 6 couldn't have defended that any better. But, yeah. Now, in this play right here, they didn't get the touchdown, but the effort that this kid puts in to go out and just lay his body completely on the line to make this catch is great. Look at that. Can you ask for anything more from a kid? The ball just falls off the tips of his fingers, but you can't ask much more from a kid than stretching himself out like that, trying to put everything on the line to make that catch and get those points. Now, this is another one of those plays that I was talking about a minute ago, where it's good to see a guy that's not scared to go across the middle, make the catch, and then make people miss. That yak yardage it just adds up after a while. Watch it from this angle, you can see it's a really nice little pass there, a nice little catch, run across the middle. I always love to see two players on the same wavelength, Now, this play is very similar to the other play where he went over his shoulder and made the catch. It's just a beautiful thing to watch here. Just over that back shoulder, boom. Now, to truly appreciate this throw and catch, you have to watch it from this angle right here. Just look at this thing. Oh, that's a beautiful friggin' pass right there. He made the perfect pass, and Jennings went out there and made the perfect catch too. That ball was placed where only he could get it. And he had a presence of mind to stay in bounce there, which is something that should be commended. He gets a nice and one on this one right here. His defender is playing him real tight. He doesn't care. Dude's all over his back. He makes the catch anyway. If you watch it back from this direction, you can see the mugging. He was getting mugged right there. Now, this particular play right here, I saw several times across his film. They really loved to run this route. And when you see it and you see the way that he's able to run it and you see what happens in the long run, you'll see why they love to run this route. It just eats up that zone. Look at that. He is wide open in the middle of the zone. If you watch it back from this direction, you'll see the linebacker's not watching him, the corner's not watching him, the safety's not watching him. Boom. Caught him slipping. Just another example of a great pitch and catch here. He high points the ball, makes the catch. I can't really tell if he comes down with that on a touchdown or not, but it's one hell of a catch. You watch it back from this angle, over top 2 defenders. Boom. Nice catch. I mean, that's how you want it to be right there. If you're going to throw into double coverage, you want your guy to be able to go up and get the ball like that. Now, when I say that 6'2" player that's, anything under 4'5" is freakish, this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. His speed right here is definitely deceptive. I think players look at him and think that he's not fast, but then when he gets out there in the open field, he burns them down. I mean, as the other angle shows, it helps to be wide friggin' open too, but that speed is good enough to where he was able to outrun the defender down there to the goal line and get the touchdown. Now, this route right here is a thing of beauty, and the way that he closes this play out with the catch right over top of the defender is just one of the best things that you could ever ask for. And it's, of course, against Virginia too, which is even better to see, right? Watch it from this angle. Yeah, you can really see it. I mean, it's tough. I feel bad for number 33 because it's tough to defend that. I mean, if he turns around, he loses track of the receiver. Yeah, that's a tough one to defend right there. And Jennings, of course, has elite receiving skills, so he's able to pull that in without a problem. Now, I'm sure if you asked Ali Jennings which play from his time over with ODU would he like to redo and have back, it would definitely be this one. The defender slips, and then he slips as he goes to make the catch. That's definitely, a 75-yard touchdown right there. You really feel bad for a kid when something like this happens. Or you watch it back from this angle right here, and you'll see it. I mean, just wide friggin' open. That's a touchdown all day long. And, of course, in college, when you hit the ground, it's no longer a play. It's dead. In the NFL, he probably would have got a touchdown out of that if he'd have jumped up immediately. A lot of receivers with that 6'2" frame, they end up being kind of wiry and thin and not being able to, kind of push and shove when they need to and work and fight defenders off or whatnot. Plays like this prove that Ali Jennings is not one of those guys. He gets the ball and he fights through the defender and gets the touchdown. This is the kind of plays we want to see on Saturdays right here. Again, that same crossing route right across that zone. He just breaks it apart. Nobody even looks at him. The corner doesn't look at him. The linebacker doesn't look at him. He makes the catch. ODU ran this play at least once a game, pretty much every game, and it's easy to see why. I mean, he can do this pretty well. And again, right across the middle, nobody's touching him. Look at this. Wide open. Touchdown. I mean, damn, unscathed. Nobody even pays him any mind until he gets to about the 10-yard line. Now, this play right here, the quarterback actually short arms him. If he would have lofted this one a little bit further, yeah, this probably would have been a touchdown right here. Right here, you can see he goes past his man. He could have probably had a good 3 yards, maybe 2 yards on his man. But instead, he had to turn around and come back and get the ball, which he still made a good catch. And there's that route again. I love this thing. It's a thing of beauty right here. He does this to perfection, too. And the quarterback's hit as he releases it and tosses up somewhat of a duck. And he still makes the catch. Now, this is how you draw it up right here. You need it down by the goal line. You call the play you know you could do. You toss it to the guy you know can make the play, and he makes the catch. Touchdown. Now, I'm expecting big things from Ali Jennings. Now, while there's still a lot of question marks about what we should expect from this Hokies team, I think one thing's for certain. Ali Jennings is going to bring it every Saturday. It'll be interesting to see how well him and Grant Wells, work together. At any rate, if you're not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I plan on doing more of these videos throughout the season. I wish I would have started a little bit sooner over here, probably a month or two ago, but it is what it is. And that's about all I got. Y'all take it easy. Peace.